Come forward, human.
The story begins with the summoning of 4 Japanese individuals to the kingdom of Raijseeger. In a grand ceremony, priests chant while nobles watch from the royal castle. Among the summoned is Makuta Tsuyoshi, a 27-year-old salaryman whose appearance and demeanor are anything but heroic. The king formally greets the newcomers, declaring that they are needed to save the kingdom from the demon lord. The first 3 exhibit powers and stats typical of heroes, but Makuta possesses only one skill, online grocery, which lets him order modern Japanese food and goods.
Let's see here, Tsuyoshi Makoto, 27 years old. His unique skill is online grocery? What the heck?
At a subsequent banquet, the king offers gold and noble status in exchange for military service. Makuta, observing the official's scheming, politely declines, claiming his summoning was likely an accident, and requests permission to travel independently.
This story isn't adding up. May I say something? No matter how you slice it, I'm not a hero, and I'd probably just get in everyone's way if I stayed.
The king, seeing little value in him, grants 20 gold coins and a travel permit. Makuta departs, hiring 3 C-rank adventurers, Werner, Rita, and Vincent, to escort him safely to another nation. On their first night of travel, Makuta activates online grocery, revealing a floating interface resembling a Japanese online shopping site. He orders rice, meat, vegetables, soy sauce, and seasonings, all appearing instantly in vacuum-sealed packages. He prepares boar stir-fry, astonishing the adventurers with both flavor and the temporary stat enhancements granted by the meal. Makuta realizes the practical power of his skill, and that it must be kept hidden.
This is pretty dangerous. Technically to them, this food is from another world. It even increases stats like strength and MP. If anyone were to find out about this...
The aroma of his cooking attracts a massive silver wolf from the forest, the legendary Fenrir. The adventurers panic as the towering beast approaches Makuta, who soon learns that Fenrir can communicate verbally. Drawn by the scent of the food, the wolf demands to be fed. Makuta prepares a boar steak, which Fenrir devours eagerly before asking for more. Impressed by Makuta's culinary skill, Fenrir offers to form a formal contract, providing protection in exchange for ongoing nourishment. Makuta hesitantly agrees, binding them as master and familiar with a magical sigil.
The familiar contract has been sealed. You are now entirely responsible for my well-being and daily needs.
When Fenrir requests a name, Makuta calls him Fel, delighting the beast.
Fel, eh? Not bad. I'll take it.
Makuta and his companions, including the legendary Fel, set out toward the kingdom of Venin. During their travels, they paused to prepare lunch, realizing they lacked meat. Makuta requested Fel to hunt, and the mighty Fenrir effortlessly took down a B-rank rock bird, astonishing everyone. Using the rock bird meat, Makuta prepared several dishes, including rock bird teriyaki and onion soup, showcasing his culinary skill while delighting Fel, whose enthusiastic appreciation made the meal all the more satisfying. At the borders of Venin, the travelers were stopped by wary gatekeepers, who recognized Fel as a potentially dangerous creature. Fel remained calm, demonstrating intelligence and restraint, ultimately persuading the guards to allow them entry, and reinforcing the strong bond of trust between him and Makuta.
I will not attempt to harm anyone who does not first attempt to harm us. Of that I give you my solemn word.
During their stay, a servant of Marquis Rindel invited Makuta to the Marquis's residence. Fel's intimidating presence, however, caused the servant to retreat, subtly shielding Makuta from complex social interactions and emphasizing Fel's protective nature.
Hear me. Many a foolish human has tried to use me in the past. Care to know what fate befell them?
Makuta then visited the Adventurer Guild to complete an escort mission, earning formal recognition and the gratitude of the adventurers, who praised his meals along the way.
Thank you for all those delicious meals.
The journey was truly wonderful.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Makuta later registered at the Merchant Guild, inquiring whether they would purchase items he planned to sell the next day. Returning to the inn, he prepared a high-quality meal for Fel, including rice, which the beast enjoyed immensely.
Eat up, Fel.
It's delicious. Bring me more.
Yeah, sure.
That looks tasty. Feed it to me at once.
The next day at the Merchant Guild, Makuta demonstrated the value of his online supermarket skill, offering basic modern world items like salt and black pepper. Makoto was impressed when goods purchased for 5 copper coins sold for 17 gold coins, revealing the enormous potential of his skills and material knowledge in another world.
I used my online grocery skill! This stuff comes from another world, so its quality is guaranteed! And I only spent 5 copper coins each! Awesome, huh?
With his sales successful, Makoto returned to the Adventurer Guild to accept additional quests, ending the day with another world-style meal, delighting both Fel and himself. This sequence highlighted Makoto's ability to blend innovation, cooking, and adventuring, turning modern knowledge into tangible advantages in a new world. To avoid having his adventuring license expire, Makoto chooses herb gathering as his mission. Fel, displeased that Makoto is ignoring him, grumbles that he won't allow it. Despite Fel's protests, Makoto embarks on the task, much to Fel's chagrin, who repeatedly reminds him that lunch had better be ready when he returned.
Now you are safe, and so I shall hunt. Have our lunch ready when I return!
When Fel returns with a rock bird, Makoto surprises him by preparing spaghetti instead of the expected teriyaki platter. Fel is initially displeased but quickly devours the meal, even getting his fur messy with tomato sauce, a comical testament to his enjoyment. Makoto reflects on how his modern culinary skills give him an unexpected advantage in this new world.
I approve. Light yet hearty. It's the perfect lunch.
You're a total mess!
What? Stop that. You dare mock me?
Afterward, Fel leads Makoto to a collection of monster carcasses, which Makoto safely stores using his RPG-like skills. Despite initial fear of the orc monsters, Makoto delivers all the meat to the Adventurers Guild, submitting the herbs at the same time. The guild receptionist is immediately impressed by Fel's majestic fur, and Makoto inquires about selling the monster meat. At the guild butcher, Makoto learns that monster parts are highly valuable. He sells the meat and other materials for 200 gold coins and discovers that orc meat, despite its humanoid appearance, is even more flavorful than pork. Reserving some for Fel, they return to the inn to prepare a pork meat sauce. Fel declares orc meat the best he's ever had, initially startling Makoto but ultimately adding to their enjoyment.
Light flavor, fluffy texture. I could eat this dish forever.
The next morning, they return to the guild to collect the gold and some magic stones, realizing how valuable monster materials can be. To avoid drawing attention, Makoto refers to Fel as a great wolf as they travel to the border forest and set up camp. With their newfound wealth, Makoto prepares a feast featuring Japanese Wagyu beef, which Fel devours in one bite, gaining a temporary 50% stat boost and feeling stronger than ever.
What divine creature can produce such tender meat? Delicious beyond words!
With renewed power, Fel sets up a protective barrier, allowing Makoto to rest soundly in his new futon, while Fel effortlessly slaughters all nearby monsters with a single strike. Makoto awakens to find a mountain of monster carcasses, declaring that Wagyu beef will definitely be off the menu next time.
Okay. Authentic Japanese Wagyu is off the menu.
Makoto, eager to improve his combat abilities, asks Fel to teach him magic. Fel demonstrates basic fire magic, showing Makoto how to ignite flames with precision. Makoto attempts a fireball himself.
Magic! A ball of fire! Got it! Fireball!
Was something supposed to happen?
To speed up his learning, Fel insists that practical combat is the best teacher and brings Makoto to a nearby goblin village. There, Makoto struggles against the goblins, managing only minor damage before Fel's barrier intervenes and saves him. Even as he casts Fireball repeatedly, knocking out some goblins, Makoto ultimately collapses from exhaustion, but Fel is there to protect him. After the battle, Makoto reviews his stats and discovers he has leveled up and learned a new fire spell, signaling real progress in his magical abilities. As a reward for his efforts, Fel presents him with the body of a goblin king, which contains a rare magic stone despite being inedible. Fel demands a Wagyu steak for his teaching but is turned down.
Yes, like Wagyu steak, for instance.
Ah! We still have a lot of meat to use up, so there won't be any treats like that for a while, so you better forget about it! No Wagyu steak! Never!
Exhausted, Makoto instead buys sweets for Fel, who happily devours them. During their downtime, Fel reveals he is blessed by Ninrir, the wind goddess, granting him protection from poisons and diseases and enhancing his combat power.
Now, mind you, I should mention that to receive the blessing of a goddess is no easy feat.
Of course not! In fact, it sounds like a total cheat!
Feeling left out, Makoto calls upon any goddess to grant him a blessing. Remarkably, his plea reaches the god's realm, and a goddess smiles upon him, signaling divine attention, a hint at Makoto's potential for future growth and blessings. Needing proper navigation, Makoto and Fel head to Rottle Town to acquire a world map. They quickly learn that, due to ongoing wars, accurate maps are considered national secrets and are difficult to obtain. Visits to bookstores and libraries prove futile, so they return to the inn to feed Fel, enjoying another worldly meal, though, as always, Fel wants more.
Thing is, I don't really want to feed you too much from the online grocery if I can help it.
I'm far from done!
Really?
At a local pub, Makoto attempts to buy a map for 1 gold coin but is swindled, learning that maps are actually guild-standard items sold for 1 silver. Despite this minor setback, he secures a usable map, ensuring their journey can continue without wandering aimlessly. With the map in hand, Makoto decides to head east toward a kingdom by the ocean, marking the start of their next adventure, and teasing the possibility of meeting Sui.
For camping!
Is one able to eat fish like this whenever one is camping?
Well, that depends.
Makoto and Fel take a rare break from their travels, stopping at a tranquil lakeside to fish and prepare their next meal. The calm atmosphere provides a peaceful respite, allowing Makoto to enjoy the simplicity of outdoor cooking. They grill freshly caught fish to perfection, and Fel attempts to devour his portion in a single bite, only to fail due to the foil wrapping, a humorous reminder of his impatience and gluttony.
Yummy!
While eating, Makoto notices a curious baby slime drawn to the smell of their food. The tiny creature begins consuming leftover scraps, surprising Makoto. Fel soon informs him that the slime has become his familiar. Amused and touched, Makoto adopts the little creature, naming it Sui.
Sui! Your name is now Sui!
From that moment on, Sui becomes a permanent member of their traveling party, symbolizing the start of a new bond between man, beast, and slime. After the meal, Makoto practices magic briefly, refusing Fel's suggestion to train by fighting monsters. They share an early lunch. Fel insists on meat as always, and Sui receives her portion too. Sui cheerfully cleans the dishes while Fel lounges lazily, and to celebrate their new companion, Makoto hosts a small welcome meal featuring sweet dorayaki, delighting both Sui and Fel. Meanwhile, the wind goddess Ninra grows increasingly fascinated with Makoto. Appearing in her divine form, she observes him with childlike obsession over the sweets he casually consumes from his online supermarket. Her playful and vain behavior highlights the whims of divinity in this world. Ninra soon communicates directly, demanding offerings of sweets in exchange for divine favor. Though bewildered, Makoto complies, receiving a minor blessing that protects him from poisons, diseases, and other negative effects, but only if he continues offering sweets regularly. Ninra's personality becomes clear, playful, vain, and delightfully demanding. Her obsession with mortal treats leads to frequent interruptions, humorously blending divine power with earthly cravings. Now, Makoto's small party grows stronger in both bond and ability. Sui's presence adds warmth and utility, Ninra's blessing offers divine protection, and Makoto's growing command over magic marks his quiet evolution as an adventurer. After brief spell practice, he eats chocolate for energy, unintentionally invoking Ninra again. Fel returns to find they've eaten without him, demanding his share.
Still, running all over with you on my back is no easy feat. I have grown too tired to move.
You are way too much.
While Ninra immediately requests more chocolate and dorayaki. Makoto obliges, earning her delighted approval. With appetites satisfied and spirits high, the trio resumes their journey, bound together by food, faith, and a touch of divine mischief.
Its essential sweetness speaks to the very core of my being.
Makoto, under the guidance of the formidable Fenrir Fel, embarks on a journey into a newly discovered dungeon to enhance both his combat and magical abilities. Having long relied on Fel's overwhelming power, Makoto realizes his dependency and resolves to develop greater self-reliance, focusing especially on earth-based spells to contribute meaningfully in battle. Before entering the dungeon, Makoto uses his online supermarket skill to procure modern-world ingredients and prepare stat-boosting meals, knowing the otherworldly foods will give him a significant edge.
Indeed, our stats have both increased. Sui has gone up in level, too. Looks like someone is ready for the dungeon.
Once inside, Fel deliberately refrains from intervening, forcing Makoto to rely solely on his own strength and ingenuity, a critical turning point in his growth as an adventurer. The first monsters they encounter are low-level foes, slimes, goblins, and kobolds. Nervous at first, Makoto uses his stone bullet spell, clumsy and weak initially. Fel shouts for him to focus, and as the battles continue, Makoto refines his technique, eventually firing multiple stone bullets in rapid succession, transforming hesitant attacks into an effective offensive strategy. Sway, the baby slime who recently joined their party, eagerly joins the fight. To Makoto's astonishment, Sway demonstrates remarkable combat potential, unleashing powerful acid bullets that dissolve enemies instantly. Together, they push through increasingly difficult foes until reaching the dungeon's final chamber, facing the monstrous Kobold King, a towering beast bent on avenging its fallen kin.
Guess I'll have to kill this one too!
The ensuing battle pushes Makoto to his limits. Overwhelmed by the Kobold King's ferocity, he channels all his remaining mana into a new technique, Stone Cannon. The spell lands a decisive blow, wounding the boss but completely draining Makoto, who collapses from exhaustion. At that critical moment, Sway takes charge, bombarding the Kobold King with a relentless stream of acid bullets and ultimately securing victory. When Makoto regains consciousness, he discovers that Sway has evolved. Her body is now larger and stronger. In a touching first, Sway speaks, affectionately calling Makoto Master and Fel, Uncle Fel, leaving Makoto shocked.
Sui is relieved.
Are you okay too?
Yeah.
Oh, you've gotten even cuter! Your voice is so cute! I can't believe you started talking!
To celebrate, Makoto prepares oyakudon, a comforting chicken and egg dish over rice, using ingredients from his world. Fel and Sway devour the meal eagerly, filling the dungeon with warmth and laughter. Makoto is humbled and joyful, especially realizing that Sway's stats have now surpassed his own. After the meal, they chat happily, and Sway continues to call Fel uncle. Fel protests loudly at first, but eventually allows it, much to Sway's delight, adding a light-hearted ending to their dungeon triumph.
Sui, I've already told you are not to call me Uncle Fel.
Just let it call you Uncle.
Makoto, accompanied by his familiars Fel and Sway, travels through dangerous territories teeming with griffins and orthros, creatures notorious for their territorial aggression. Makoto can't help but feel anxious about the potential threats, but Fel is completely unfazed, confidently assuring him that their journey will be safe under his protection. Their path is soon blocked by a young orthros, a two-headed dog-like monster. Fel defeats it effortlessly, once again showcasing his overwhelming strength and reinforcing Makoto's reliance on him.
What the hell was that?
They stop to have a meal, during which Fel jokingly complains that Sway is being treated better than him. Makoto prepares meatballs, and Fel devours them eagerly, immediately demanding more.
Give me more!
I'm working on it!
Sui wants to eat it too.
I'll make you a ton in a bit, little one.
While traveling, Makoto discovers rare healing mushrooms capable of mending stab wounds and broken bones. The find not only provides practical aid but also expands Makoto's knowledge of the world's flora. They collect a large supply, and Sway eats a lot, developing the ability to produce healing potions. Soon, she creates a variety of high-quality and medium-grade potions, which Makoto bottles for later use. Fel remarks that Sway must be a unique slime variant, possessing both intelligence and strength, the first of its kind he has ever seen.
Sui, you're so amazing! You can fight and make potions! And you're also the cutest thing ever!
As they near Griffin territory, Makoto's anxiety intensifies, recalling stories of travelers being attacked. Suddenly, a griffin appears before them. Rather than attacking immediately, it challenges Fel to a fight, testing his strength. Fel steps forward and battles the griffin relentlessly. Makoto, using telepathy, quietly asks Fel not to kill it.
That's enough!
After a near-death struggle, Makoto and Sway help heal Fel, and the griffin, recognizing his might, allows him to lead its pride. In gratitude and respect, the griffin permits Makoto, Fel, and Sway to pass safely and even gifts them a feather for protection.
Human, take this.
Oh, thanks.
Fel loudly complains about how much energy he expended and demands a large portion of meat as his reward. He devours it hot, making a comical face,
So tasty.
Exiting the forest, they encounter a carriage under attack by bandits. Makoto promises Fel a big meal if he helps, and with a single roar, Fel easily defeats the bandits, saving the merchant. Impressed by the teamwork and victory, the merchant decides to join their travels, adding another ally to their journey. Makoto, accompanied by his familiars Fel and Sway, travels with a caravan led by Lambert toward Carolina City. Along the way, Makoto overhears rumors among the caravan members about Fel's true identity as a Fenrir, raising concerns about attracting unwanted attention. He realizes that many, especially nobility, would love to capture a Fenrir, and he's relieved that no one yet knows about Fel's otherworldly powers.
I hope you haven't forgotten what you promised this afternoon.
Yeah, I remember it well.
The group stops for dinner, where Makoto prepares double-fried meat, delighting Fel and Sway.
Hey, Master, Sui wants me too, please.
You got it.
The aroma draws in nearby merchants, and Makoto ends up cooking for the entire caravan. Everyone enjoys the feast, though an always insatiable Fel grumbles that it's still not enough.
I want more!
Too bad there isn't any.
Before going to sleep, Fel, still annoyed at the lack of food, growls at potential bandits as a warning. Upon reaching Carolina City, Makoto discovers his Adventurers Guild membership has been revoked due to inactivity. His adventure license had expired. He re-registers himself and adds Sway as a familiar. During registration, Makoto accidentally causes a stir among Lambert's guards by revealing the high-quality monsters Fel caught on the journey. The guards, flustered, apologize for their curiosity, asking what they were served for dinner.
What's going on? What the heck are you apologizing for?
No wonder it was so good, with such high-quality ingredients.
Makoto casually reassures them, no worries, there's more meat to come. Meanwhile, the goddess Ninra scolds Makoto for neglecting his offerings and demands a variety of sweets. Makoto quickly complies, and Ninra's joy inadvertently draws the attention of other deities, hinting at future divine developments.
Wahoo? Seriously?
Makoto then takes on a goblin subjugation quest to raise his rank to F rank, which would grant him better benefits and make feeding Fel easier.
Sui wants to go pew-pew at the bad guys.
Sway eagerly joins the hunt, and despite Makoto's initial hesitation, they defeat a large number of goblins with ease. During the mission, Sway evolves, gaining the ability to alter her size and split into multiple slimes, surprising Makoto and impressing him with her rapid growth.
Hold on! Sui! Sui!
She multiplies strategically to overwhelm goblin groups, showing a new level of tactical awareness.
Sui, let's work harder, melt those bodies.
Fel, as usual, insists that Makoto cut off all the goblin's ears for collection, and he immediately tests new combat techniques on the remaining targets. Hungry once more, Fel devours some bread and even gets to try a new curry flavor, clearly enjoying the rewards of their hard work.
There's meat in the middle of this one.
Wondrous! I love the resistance from the skin of this long meat when you bite down!
After completing the goblin subjugation mission, Makoto returns to the Adventurers Guild to report his success. He's quickly summoned to meet Guild Master Willem, who greets him with surprise and admiration. Willem praises Makoto not only for his efficiency but also for his clever use of Fel and Sway during the hunt. Makoto's achievements have even caught the attention of the royal palace, granting him full freedom to act anywhere within the kingdom, a rare privilege for F-rank adventurers.
The royal palace?
Allow me to give you the gist of it. Henceforth you may live freely in this kingdom.
As a reward, Makoto is promoted directly to C rank, skipping several intermediate ranks. However, Willem warns that this comes with new responsibilities. Fel will be assigned to high priority, dangerous monster slaying quests, so Makoto must carefully manage his companions' involvement. Following the guild meeting, Makoto sets about selling the monsters Fel captured during their journey, including formidable creatures like a chimera and a two-headed orthrus, all rank S. Guild staff are initially stunned by the scale and quality of the beasts but ultimately decline due to their exorbitant value. Makoto realizes that some monsters are simply priceless, and that his adventures may continue to yield rare treasures beyond what anyone expects.
Sui wants to be able to beat up a bunch of strong monsters easily like Uncle Fel can.
Back at the inn, Makoto prepares an enormous feast, cooking so generously that even Fel struggles to finish it all. The aroma draws Sway, who eagerly helps serve and organize the meal. Fel's only comment? I want more.
Wonderful!
Sui wants to eat that too.
You got it.
I want more.
Makoto also sets up a comfortable futon for Fel, ensuring he sleeps soundly. The warm atmosphere of the inn reflects how far the little group has come, growing stronger, closer, and more confident with each adventure. The next morning, Makoto receives his C-rank guild card and earns a staggering 2,000 gold coins, marking the largest single payout in guild history.
And total comes to 1,946 gold coins.
Thrilled, he takes on new quests to subjugate a metal lizard and a bloody horn boar.
If they're bulls, then we're talking beef!
Makoto then stops by Lambert's shop to pick up supplies for himself and his companions. He buys a new bag for Sway, a durable knife belt, a sturdy wallet, and reinforced boots.
This one is Sui's favorite.
Grateful for Makoto saving his life during a previous adventure, Lambert gives the items free of charge, requesting in return that Makoto sell him rare, high-quality monster skins in the future, especially snake-type hides. Later, the trio enjoys another abundant feast, with his familiars loving every bite.
Thanks for waiting.
These are even yummier than last time.
After everyone is satisfied, Makoto takes a moment to enjoy the meal alone, accompanied by a refreshing beer, savoring both the food and a rare moment of calm.
Oh, man! Heck yeah! Gotta love Orc General meat! Right, Fel? Sui?
Makoto, along with his familiars Fel and Sway, sets out on a new quest to hunt a metal lizard. Upon arriving at Pascal Mountain, Makoto senses the creature hiding inside a cave. Fel quickly identifies it as a mithril lizard, a rare beast that evolved after consuming mithril ore. Using his thunderbolt magic, Fel defeats the lizard effortlessly, allowing Makoto to add it to his item box. Makoto also collects valuable mithril ore, the catalyst for the lizard's evolution, while Makoto gathers some mithril and ore to craft armor. But Fel reminds him that his magic barrier is stronger than any armor, forcing Makoto to follow along to the next quest.
You have no need of armor! Whether it be mithril lizard or mithril ore, there is nothing stronger than my barrier!
Fel and Sway swiftly defeat a herd of bulls, storing them in the item box, before enjoying a well-earned break on a grassy field. Here, they feast on orc sandwiches and try cola for the first time.
It is! It's so bubbly! Sweet and delicious!
Fel downs 2 liters and burps loudly, much to everyone's amusement.
Makes you burp? I would never do so.
Looks like you are now!
Back at the guild, they sell their loot, shocking the townspeople who haven't seen a metal lizard in over 2 decades. They also sell the bloody horn bull meat, which Makoto turns into another lavish feast. Fel compares the meat to wagyu, praising its quality, and experiments with new flavors, including his favorite, garlic.
The wagyu was exquisite, but this is delicious in its own way!
Returning to the inn, Makoto makes offerings to the goddess Ninra, who requests more, claiming it's insufficient. New goddesses also appear to inspect the tributes, blessing Makoto with powers that align with his affinities.
We just happened to catch Ninrir getting a bunch of delicious-looking sweets from an otherworlder and had to come investigate the situation.
Goddess of Water initially dries up due to Makoto lacking a water affinity, but she blesses Sway instead, who possesses a rare water affinity and can bless people only once every 100 years. Snacks from Makoto's kitchen are then sent to the goddesses.
It looks like this slime does have an affinity with water. It's done.
Makoto and Sway test their newfound powers in the forest, discovering they've grown stronger. Sway even chops down a tree with a single strike.
What about this move?
Makoto warns her not to use her strength on people. Fel attempts to challenge Sway to a duel, but Makoto stops him. Meanwhile, Makoto builds a magic house for bathing and sleeping, expanding their comforts. In the final scene, Fel sets off to hunt a serpent for a merchant, continuing their adventures. Fel compliments Makoto on his cozy new earth home, showing how comfortable it is to sleep in when camping outside. Makoto, Fel, and Sway begin by visiting a butcher shop to collect earnings from recent monster sales. They bring the black serpent to the guild, sell its skin to a merchant, and take the reward and meat back to the inn for breakfast. With a newly purchased meat grinder, Sway helps cook at incredible speed. And together they make cheese bull steaks with a variety of flavors, highlighting Makoto's growing culinary skills.
This is outstanding!
Master, this one's different from the others.
Makoto then enjoys a bath and realizes that soap could be a profitable business. They first sell the black serpent for 50 gold coins, then negotiate a deal with the merchant for soap, shampoo, and conditioner infused with blooming fragrance flowers. The merchant is thrilled because his wedding anniversary is coming and his wife loves baths, something Makoto didn't know existed in this world.
They do have bats here! What are this world's tubs like? Can I buy one too?
Inspired, he buys a bathtub for a few hundred gold coins, paying cold cash, expanding his modern comforts. The next day, Makoto meets the merchant's wife, Mary, who is impressed by her husband's silky hair and fragrance. They agree on a deal for Makoto to supply the store exclusively, effectively giving him a monopoly on the soap business without a physical shop.
Master, welcome home.
I take it you made your delivery?
They return to the guild to report earnings from the mithril mine and the metal lizard, receiving 6,000 gold coins. Soon after, alarming news arrives: the city is under attack by poisonous wyverns. Many adventurers escaped but were poisoned and heavily injured, sending the city into chaos. Guild Master Willem tasks Makoto with healing the victims and helping subjugate the wyverns. Makoto provides high-quality potions crafted by Sway, capable of detoxifying the poisoned and saving lives.
What in the hell?
It's healing and detoxifying?
The guild announces a subjugation quest for all C-rank adventurers and above, but Fel immediately claims it for himself to secure the wyvern meat and keep others from interfering.
And we'll join you.
Do not. You would be in my way.
They travel to the mountains and quickly locate a herd of wyverns. Fel and Sway efficiently subjugate the monsters, with Fel teaching Sway to aim for heads or wings to stop them from flying, while Makoto panics nearby. Sway has fully transformed into a battle-hungry fighter like her uncle Fel.
Is my little Sui turning into Fel?
When a monster lunges at Makoto, Sway enlarges its body to save him. After the fight, they enjoy grounded meat cutlets as a reward. Fel declares his love for Bloody Horn Bull, while Sway favors orc meat the most.
I prefer Bloody Hornbull myself. It has the meatiest flavor.
Sui likes orc best.
Looks like we all have our favorites.
Back at the guild, everyone waits anxiously, trusting that Makoto and his companions are safe. The final episode kicks off with Makoto and Fel returning to the guild after completely wiping out a flock of wyverns. The guild members are ecstatic. If those beasts had attacked, half the adventurers could have been wiped out. Fel, of course, brushes it off, saying it wasn't even a challenge. The only reason they took their time was because, well, they enjoyed a great meal afterward.
Those wyverns caused me no trouble whatsoever. The reason for our lateness is that we were enjoying a leisurely meal.
Makoto reports that all 13 wyverns were taken down, and the guild agrees to buy half of the materials. Not a bad day's work. Back at the inn, Makoto makes his usual offerings to the goddesses, but this time, the divine ladies get a bit greedy. Each one tries to make private requests. Ninra wants sweets, Kishal asks for shampoo, Agni demands alcohol, and Rusalka insists on getting the same food Fel eats. Makoto puts his foot down, saying all offerings will be sent together in one package.
Hey. So tell me, were you three secretly asking him for extra offerings?
Even so, it's clear that his cooking has made him quite the celebrity among the goddesses. Next, Makoto and Sway buy a bathtub and set up a cozy little bathhouse. Finally, some proper relaxation time. They head outside town for a break, and while Fel goes off hunting, Makoto enjoys a warm soak with Sway heating the water using fireball magic. Sway happily declares he loves baths too and even drinks milk afterward, just like Makoto. While waiting for Fel, Makoto whips up a special wyvern meat gyudon and stew. But peace doesn't last long. Fel returns, proudly dragging back an earth dragon like it's nothing. Makoto freaks out, understandably since dragon parts are incredibly valuable. Fel just laughs it off, saying it was good exercise and that earth dragon meat is the tastiest of all. When he demands dinner, Makoto punishes him by making him take a bath first.
Seriously, you're a mess.
A mess, am I? Really, not that it's any business of yours, but I happen to groom myself on a regular basis.
Despite the complaints, Makoto washes him with dog shampoo, and soon Fel's fur is fluffy, shiny, and fit for a royal beast. Deep down, he clearly enjoys the attention.
Hell, what a handsome boy.
You look super cool, Uncle.
I have been cleaned. Now feed me.
After their bath, they finally dig into the meal. Fel grumbles that Makoto's trying to trick him by adding too much rice under the meat, while Sway happily devours the pickled red ginger.
Suri always loves Uncle Bao, but the shiny fluffy one is the best.
Later, Makoto consults the guild about butchering the dragon. Guild Master Willem advises him to head to Dolan City, where a dragon expert can handle it safely. The trip also offers a chance to see the ocean, a dream Makoto's had for a while. Fel, naturally, is thrilled at the idea of eating kraken and fish from the sea. Before leaving, Makoto sells more shampoo to Lambert and gets ready for the road. The first season ends with Makoto, Fel, and Sway setting off toward Dolan City. From a humble cook to a traveler surrounded by legendary beasts and blessed by goddesses, Makoto's journey is only just beginning.
What shall we eat next, I wonder? I cannot wait!
Suri can't wait either.
Season 2 opens with Makoto, Fel, and Sway traveling through a remote forest. Along the way, they defeat several tarantula monsters.
Don't tell me that's all of them. Mere child's play.
Makoto complains about how hairy they are. Sway wants to fight, but Fel, the show-off uncle, takes them all down himself. Fel complains that Makoto treats Sway better than him, but Makoto reminds him that he already gives him plenty of attention and always cooks what he wants to eat. Fel then yells at Makoto to treat him like the legendary Fenrir he deserves to be and demands to be fed immediately.
Well, since you so encourage my ravenous ways, feed me at once!
Makoto stores the monsters in his item bag and starts cooking gyoza for his familiars. It takes so long that Fel starts yawning, while Sway helps Makoto wrap the gyoza. Sway's gyoza turn out a bit messy, but he's happy nonetheless.
Suri's look different.
They added a little too much filling.
They fry the gyoza, and Fel devours them in one bite, demanding more.
Suri likes the crispy outsides with the ooey-gooey insides.
Makoto enjoys the meal with beer, his favorite combination, and we see a glimpse of a dragon watching them from above. Suddenly, the little flying dragon crashes into Makoto's face, making him scream at the top of his lungs. The dragon keeps staring at the gyoza, so Makoto gives him some, which he loves. Makoto says small dragons are cute, but Fel warns him not to underestimate the dragon by its size. It's strong and dangerous.
Not only are these beasts surprisingly quick, they are deadly combatants and masters in every type of magic.
The dragon enjoys the food and decides to join the party. Makoto complains that he didn't agree to it and asks for confirmation that the legendary dragon truly wants to become his familiar.
I don't mind being your familiar if it means I get to eat tasty stuff like that.
Since it does, Makoto names him Dora-chan, shocking the dragon so much that he faints.
Dora-chan! Sound good?
Dora isn't happy because he thinks the name sounds childish. He insists he's an adult and a strong dragon. Fel mocks him, saying that if he had named him, he would have gone with Pochi, a typical dog's name.
When we forged our contract, he first attempted to name me Pochi or Hōrō, both of which awoke an anger in the core of my being.
While Sway happily says he loves his own name, and is glad to have a new companion. Later, Makoto visits the guild, where the guild master is amazed that he has a dragon familiar. The guild master asks for his help with a new incident. Monsters are going berserk in the forest even though it's not mating season. Dora-chan says the spiders are weaker than people think, and Makoto proves it by pulling out the tarantula corpses from his item bag, completing the quest instantly.
Those creatures made the tragic mistake of crossing paths with a Fenrir.
The guild master is delighted and mentions that tarantulas are actually tasty when boiled with salt.
And if you boil the meat with salt, you'll be in for a delicious treat.
That sounds divine!
They sell the monsters and have the meat processed. After trying it, everyone agrees it's delicious. It tastes like crab. They celebrate with a feast and hold a welcome party for Dora-chan, cooking a variety of dishes. During the meal, they learn that the monsters went on a rampage because of Dora-chan's presence. They were trying to drive away the threat, not attack Makoto's party. Makoto tells his familiars to savor the meal and be grateful.
Poor little spiders. Be sure to savor their delicious meat.
That we can do!
After dinner, Sway and Makoto take a warm bath, while Fel and Dora-chan refuse to join. Makoto is too tired and forgets to offer prayers to the deities, which angers them.
Wake up at once! Pretty please.
Whatever shall we do with him?
Beat him into submission.
The next day, they return to the guild to drop off the spider shells and ask where they can get the earth dragon butchered. The guild master is shocked. He's never seen a dragon in his life, and explains that such a creature is worth an entire nation. He tells them that only one person can butcher a dragon and that they'll need to visit the dungeon city called Dolan. When they arrive in Dolan City, Fel immediately wants to head to the dungeon, but Makoto refuses. They see a long line waiting to enter the city. Fel wants to jump over the wall, but Makoto warns him they'll be thrown in prison and won't get to eat the dragon meat.
Leaping over the wall would be a much faster solution.
No, you're going to land us all in prison.
The guards approach and ask who Makoto is, surprised by his strong familiars.
It is my deepest honor to aid.
Inside, they meet the elf guild master of Dolan City, named Elrond, who is obsessed with dragons. He serves them tea and gives Dora-chan a special nectar-infused mana tea for pixie dragons. When he learns they brought a dragon corpse, he becomes overly talkative, delaying the butchering process, much to Fel's irritation. Fel finally loses his patience and tells him to hurry up and butcher the meat already.
Quit rambling and process my meat!
Be polite, Fel.
The elf also asks what Dora-chan likes to eat, and Dora replies telepathically that he eats anything, though pixie dragons prefer meat. The elf is shocked by the telepathy and calls him a dragon whisperer.
Are you trying to tell me that you're a dragon whisperer?
Fel grumbles that he doesn't care about gold or materials, he just wants to eat.
And yet I can't eat gold for dinner.
They agree to share some meat with the elf in exchange for his help. Afterward, Makoto orders food from his online grocery, including ingredients from Hokkaido. Sui asks what Hokkaido is.
What's a Hokkaido?
It's a place in my world that's known for its especially delicious cuisine.
Fel complains that he only wants meat, but after tasting the food, he admits it's divine and asks for seconds.
The flavor's divine! Tremendous depth!
And the meat falls apart on your tongue! I've never eaten something so tender!
The veggies are super rich and extra yummy!
Later, they return to the guild to collect the dragon meat, but the elf hasn't started butchering yet, making Fel even angrier. When the elf finally tries using a mithril knife, it breaks instantly, shocking everyone. Fel faints from frustration.
My meat! Meat!
The Vice Guild Master explains that they'll need a stronger mithril knife, which can only be obtained from the dungeon. Fel immediately wants to go there, but Makoto stops him and distracts everyone with lunch, an orc kimchi meat bowl with raw eggs. Sui loves the melted egg, which makes Makoto happy.
The melty egg is Sui's favorite part!
Meanwhile, the goddesses are furious that Makoto forgot the offerings. Two male gods, the god of blacksmithing and the god of war, appear and question what the goddesses have been hiding. In the end, they decide to bless Makoto's party. The god of blacksmithing blesses Sui, while the god of war blesses Fel and Dora-chan. Ninra warns Makoto never to forget the offerings again. Using his new power, Sui forges a new mithril knife capable of cutting through the dragon's scales.
Looks like it's a mithril knife plus!
The blessing from the god of war increased Fel and Dora-chan's stats by 50% during battle, making Makoto worried that they were too overpowered. Makoto proudly says they no longer need to go into the dungeon, but of course, Fel still wants to go.
We could win any fight as is! What's the point of making these gluttons even stronger?
It tastes every bit as good as it smells.
The